And that's why this next part is so important. I want to give you a simple tool, something you can use when emotions are high and your nervous system is tight. Welcome to the Voice Room Podcast, Asia's one and only podcast dedicated to the power of voice, speech, and presence. Whether you are listening in Singapore or from other parts of the world, we are so glad that you're here. Hello there, welcome back to the Voice Room Podcast. My name is Karina and I'm your host. Today we are diving into something I know so many of you wrestle with. How do you stay kind without shrinking? How do you stay grounded without going numb? How do you communicate compassionately when things feel hard? Whether you are having a hard conversation with a partner, giving feedback at work, or trying to stay calm when someone's triggering you, these are the moments when your voice matters most. So let's talk about how to navigate them without losing your integrity, your power, and your empathy. Compassionate communication isn't about being nice. It is not passive, soft-spoken, or people-pleasing. Compassionate communication is clear, courageous, and connected. It honors both you and the other person, and that takes skill. Hey, I'm preparing something new for next year. Experiential, personal, and all about finding your authentic voice. Join the early access list on the Voice Room Podcast page. See you there. Psychologist and communication trainer Marshall Rosenberg, founder of Nonviolent Communication, defined it this way. Compassionate communication is about speaking from the heart, listening with empathy, and seeking to meet everyone's needs, including your own. Let's break that down. Compassion isn't self-sacrifice. It is mutual respect. It is, I see you and I also see me. This isn't easy, especially when things get heated. Before we talk about how to do it well, let's get real about what gets in the way. There are 3 common communication habits that shut down compassion: reaction, judgment, and avoidance. Let's unpack this. Reaction. You feel hurt or stressed and you snap. Maybe it's sarcasm, maybe it's yelling, maybe it's shutting down. But either way, you're no longer responding, you are reacting. Judgment. This sounds like you always, you never. When we judge someone, we disconnect from curiosity. And compassion requires curiosity. Avoidance. This is the silent killer. You say, I'm fine. You smiled. But inside, there's resentment brewing. Avoidance might keep the peace, but it kills authenticity. Sound familiar? You're not alone. I've been there too. And that's why this next part is so important. I want to give you a simple tool, something you can use when emotions are high and your nervous system is tight. I call it the 4 P's of compassionate voice. Pause, presence, perspective, proposal. Let's walk through it. Pause. Before you say a word, breathe. Literally breathe. This is where you interrupt the reactivity. One breath can change your tone. It is not passive, it's preparation. Presence. Check in with yourself. What's really going on? Try saying silently, what am I feeling? What do I need? That moment of self-awareness creates choice. Perspective. Now shift gears. What might the other person be feeling? You don't have to agree with them, but try to understand them. That soften your delivery immediately. Proposal. Instead of blame, offer a way forward. Instead of, you never listen to me, try, can we pause and talk about this in a way where I feel heard too? This doesn't mean you sugarcoat things. You can still be firm, but you lead with clarity, not blame. Here are some scenarios. Scenario 1. Your friend bails you on plans again. You are upset. Uncompassionate version. Seriously, again? I just cannot count on you. Compassionate version. When we make plans and they fall through, I feel disappointed. I was really looking forward to this. Can we talk about what's been going on? Notice, you are still expressing how you feel, but you are not attacking. That creates space for reconnection. Scenario 2. At work. A colleague cuts you off repeatedly in meetings. Uncompassionate version. Can you let me finish for once? Compassionate version. I notice I've been getting interrupted a few times. I would appreciate space to complete my thought. Can we be more mindful of that? You stay assertive, but still respectful. Scenario 3. A partner says something that feels critical. Uncompassionate version. You are always putting me down. Compassionate version. When I hear that, I feel small. I want to understand where you are coming from, but I also want to feel supported. It is not about perfection. It is about presence. Now let's talk about delivery. Because your words matter, but your voice carries the message. Here is what to watch for. Tempo. Slow it down. A slower pace gives both of you room to breathe. Tone. Speak from your chest, not your throat. It makes you sound more grounded. Pitch. If your voice climbs into higher range, gently bring it back down with a breath. Body. Relax your jaw. Unclench your fists. Uncross your arms. Your nervous system sets the tone for the room. Try this the next time you feel tension. Just pause, breathe into your belly, and speak on the next exhale. It is like dropping an anchor in a storm. Let's be honest. Compassionate communication is hard. It asks you to stay soft in the world that rewards defensiveness. To stay curious in moments where your ego wants to fight. But here is the magic. When you speak with compassion, you don't just connect better with others. You connect more deeply with yourself. You will realize, I can be honest without being harsh. I can be kind without being silent. I can hold space for both of us. And that's real voice at work. It's very, very powerful. Once again, thank you so much for spending this time with me on the Voice Room podcast. If this episode gives you something to reflect on or a new tool to try, I would love to hear from you. Share it with a friend who might need it. Hit subscribe so that you don't miss the next episode. Leave a comment with your favorite takeaway and follow along on Instagram at The Voice Room. I'm so excited to see all of you in the next episode. Until then, speak with grace, breathe with courage, and own your voice.